Hey, what up, folks? Welcome to the Film Focus page. It's me, Mr. P, again. I'm going to be giving you my news review of Jumanji, the 2017 sequel to the 1995 classic starring the late Robin Williams. And in this version, it stars Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, Jack Black, and Karen Gillian. Now, in this version, which is a follow-up to the 1995 classic, we see four kids who are put into detention for various types of misdemeanors. And whilst in detention, they go into a basement and they see an old school video game called Jumanji, which they get interested in playing, as you would, and they select these characters. Each one of the people who are in detention select a character, and then they are basically sucked into this video game, and they become the avatars of the characters that they have chosen. And in this film, I thought what was really, really good is we get to see certain characters play against type. You know, Dwayne Johnson, he's the muscular, heroic guy, but in this guy, he's playing against type. You know, his real life character is a guy called Spencer, he's a computer nerd, but in this film, he plays a guy called, you know, Dr. Smolder Brownstone, who's big and he's muscular, he's got no hair, and he's real character, and he is just really, really funny and adventurous. The total opposite to his character, Spencer. And also, we see Jack Black, who plays a professor called Shelley, but his real life character is called Madison, who's this really, really, really superficial type of person. You know, she's always taking selfies. She's really obsessed about her appearance, etc. And then we have Kevin Hart's character, who plays a guy called Fridge. And his character is this big, you know, muscular American football player. And when he's sucked into the Jumanji video game, you know, he's really, really small and diminutive. And a lot of the jokes, you know, come from, you know, Kevin Hart's character, you know, mocking about his height, being self-deprecating, etc. And, you know, Kevin Hart is a really, really charismatic and funny character actor, you know. And, you know, he's no different in this film. You know, he brings the laughs, he's funny, he's charismatic, and I think that the chemistry between Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart works really, really well together, you know, just the way that it did in Central Intelligence Agency. It worked really well here, and it worked really, really well in this film. And it was really, really fun to see these guys in the film together again. Now, for me, when I heard that they were going to do a sequel 21 years after the original, my first thought was, okay, look at the dire mess that we've had thus far. I mean, with the biggest stinker of 2016 being Independence Day Resurgence, which was a really, really disappointment. But this film was a pleasant surprise. I found this film to be thoroughly enjoyable, and it does everything it says on the tin. You know, this film was released a few days before Christmas, and it basically ticks all the boxes. It will entertain families, it will entertain children, and it will entertain the whole masses. For me, I found it thoroughly entertaining, and it was a really, really good way to see out 2017, especially after, you know, being disappointed by such films as, you know, Murder on the Orient Express and Pitch Perfect. This film was a real crowd pleaser. You know, it's an action film, it's an adventure, it's a comedy, and a lot of the jokes in this film really, really hit their mark. You know, and for me, what I liked most about this film was that there was a great chemistry between all the actors. All the actors had their time to shine, you know. Dwayne Johnson is one of the top action stars in Hollywood, but, you know, there are parts where, you know, where the film shifts on other characters, and they are all given their opportunity to shine. You know, there are some great visual effects moments in this film, and for me, I felt that some of them were a bit overused in places. You can tell that it was like general visual effects, but notwithstanding, it is still an enjoyable watch. And this is a film that I think will have everybody entertained. I certainly was entertained, and I know that a lot of the people that watched this film were entertained. And for me, this film for me will basically make its money back. And I think that it is a solid action film, thoroughly entertaining and thoroughly enjoyable. This film was directed by Jake Kasdan, son of legendary writer Lawrence Kasdan, you know, who did Silverado. He wrote The Empire Strikes Back, and he's put together a really, really good action film. And this film was co-written by Scott Rosenberg. And Scott Rosenberg, if you don't know, he wrote Con Air, he wrote Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead, he wrote Gone in 60 Seconds. So he has a really, really, really good ability to write high-octane action films with some comedic elements in this film. And he certainly has done that with this film here. And for me, you know, this film, do you need to see the original to see this film? I think so. I mean, there's only one reference to the original in this film, where it starts off in 1996 and the board game from the first Jumanji washes up on the beach, and somebody picks it up and it eventually turns into a video game, and that person is sucked into the Jumanji universe. But other than that, that's the only reference to the original. But with that withstanding, this film is for all the family. It is thoroughly enjoyable. I highly recommend that you watch it. And with that being said, I will give Jumanji an 8 out of 10. You know what? Let me give it a 9 out of 10. Because it's the Christmas period, it was festive, it's enjoyable, and it ticked all the boxes. I like the acting in it. I like the acting between the Jumanji characters, and I like the acting between the real life characters. There was a strong camaraderie between all of them here, which I found really, really enjoyable. So I'll give Jumanji 9 out of 10. Is it one to watch? Absolutely. It's a real crowd pleaser. Is it one for the DVD collection? Yes. One that all the family can enjoy. So, with that being said, this is my last film review of 2017. I will see you in 2018 for more film reviews, and keep posted because I will upload my list of the best and worst films of 2017. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, subscribe to my channel, and I shall see you on the next film review. Stay blessed.